Hello students, now we will see 8th Science chapter 10 reaching to the age of adolescence. Adolescence and puberty. So adolescence is the period of life between 11 years and 19 years when the body undergoes changes leading to reproductive maturity is called adolescence. So between the age of 11 years and 19 years, children are called as adolescent. During this period, adolescents are called as teenagers. Why they are called as teenagers? Because just see 11, 12 means 13, 14, teen means 16, 17, 18, 19 means up to 19 years they are adolescents. So they are also called as the teenagers. Puberty. What is puberty? So during this adolescence period, means during this adolescence, the body undergo the several changes and become capable of reproduction. These changes are beginning of the puberty. So what changes are there in this period? So the important changes taking place during puberty are first increase in height, second change in body shape, third voice change, fourth increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands, then development of sex organs, and the last reaching mental, intellectual and emotional maturity. So now one by one we will see. So first we will discuss about increase in height. So by the age of 11, a boy reaches about 80% of his height and a girl reaches about 88% of her height. Initially, girls grow faster than boys. By about 18 years of age, both boys and girls reaches their maximum height. Generally, the height is similar to the parent because it depends on the genes inherited from the parent. Now, change in body shape. So, during the puberty, boys have broader shoulders and the wider chest due to the faster growth of muscles. In girls also the breast begins to develop and the regions below the breast becomes wider. Now the third one is voice change. During puberty in boys, the voice box means the larynx becomes larger and it is seen as the swelling in the throat which is called as the Adam's apple. And their voice become deep and hoarse. In girls, the voice box is smaller and their voice is high pitched. Later, their voice becomes normal. Means this period is a temporary period when the change in voice occurs. Okay, after some time, their voice becomes normal. Now, the increased activity of sweat and sebaceous gland. During puberty, the secretion of the sweat means as you are aware in this age we are sweating more, as well as the oil glands also they also starts to secrete the oil, by which in this period of the puberty or in this period of the teenagers so many persons are suffering from the acne or the pimple on their faces due to increased activity of these oil glands or as well as a increased secretion of the sweat. So development of the sex organ. So during the puberty in boys, the testes and penis develops completely and starts to produce the sperms. In girls, the ovaries develop completely and produces the egg. Reaching mental, intellectual and emotional maturity during puberty, boys and girls, mental, intellectual and emotional development takes place. They become more independent, self-conscious and their ways of thinking changes. Means yes, in this period we are thinking that yes, I am aware of all these things. Why my decision or my opinion is not taken under consideration? Because we are thinking that yes, now I am grown up. Okay, so yes, truly now in this age, the boys as well as girls, they got the maximum pitch point of their mental, intellectual as well as the emotional maturity. So all these changes are done in this puberty period. Now we will see about the secondary sexual characters. So secondary sexual characters are the changes which takes place during the puberty. In boys, hairs begins to grow on the face and they just develop into the beard. Hairs also grow in the chest, armpits, in the pubic region. The testes starts to produce the sperm. The girls, their breast starts to develop, the hair grows in the armpits and the pubic region. The ovaries starts to produce the egg. See, these changes are controlled by the chemical substances which is called as the hormones. Okay, hormones are the chemical substances and these hormones are produced by the endocrine glands. See, the endocrine glands, means these hormones are produced by two kinds of glands are here. Actually, the endocrine glands and the exocrine gland. Endocrine glands are the ducted glands, are the ductless glands, as they are releasing these hormones directly into the blood stream and then these hormones reaches to the target place. As compared to endocrine gland, exocrine glands, they are having the ducts, means through the specific way only these hormones released from one place to the another. So in this way, these endocrine glands are the ductless, means endocrine glands are also known as the ductless gland. The main hormone which controls the secondary sexual characters is called testosterone. It is produced in the testes. The female hormone which controls the secondary sexual character is called as estrogen and it is produced in the ovary. The production of this hormone is controlled by the another gland which is called as the pituitary gland. See, pituitary gland control the other secretions. So it is also known as the master gland. Its own secretions are also there. Pituitary gland control over the growth and it gives or it control or it monitor other glands to secrete the appropriate hormone at the time. Now reproductive phase in human. The capacity of reproduction starts at puberty. It lasts for a longer time in males than in females. In females, the capacity for reproduction starts at puberty and lasts for 40 to 50 years. Then menstruation cycle. See, in female, the ovary produces one egg every month and the uterus prepares to receive the fertilized egg. Its wall becomes thick with the blood vessels. Its fertilization does not take place. Then in the uterus wall breaks and comes out of the vagina as the blood and mucus. This cycle takes place once every month. It is also called as the menstruation. See, beginning of this menstruation cycle, it's called as the menarche. When this menstruation cycle stops at 40 to 50 years, it is called as menopause. Now, we will just see the sex determination in humans. So, human beings have 23 sex determination in humans. Human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes in the nucleus of the cell. As we have seen, in a nucleus there is a nucleolus and a thread-like structure which is called as chromosomes. So these 23 pairs means 46 chromosomes are there. Out of these, 2 chromosomes are sex chromosomes called X and Y chromosomes. If we consider the female, so female has 2 X chromosomes and male has 1 X and 1 Y chromosome. The sperms and eggs have one set of sex chromosome. Some sperms have X chromosome and some have Y chromosomes. But all eggs have X chromosome. If sperm having X chromosome fuses with an egg having X chromosome, then child will be girl. And if sperm having Y chromosome fuses with an egg having X chromosome, the child will be boy. So yes, you are aware now, when the sperm containing the X chromosome fertilizes the egg, the zygote would be 2 XX chromosomes, correct? Means 2 X chromosomes. So they develop into the female child. But if the sperm contributes a Y chromosome to the egg at the fertilization, the zygote develop into the male child. So now you know that the sex chromosome of the father determine the sex of the unborn baby. The belief that the mother is responsible for the sex of her baby is completely wrong, and to blame her for this is totally unjustified. Now we will see the endocrine glands and their functions. So endocrine gland produces the chemical substances called hormones which controls different functions in the body. Endocrine gland is also known as the ductless gland. Why it is known as the ductless gland? Because it secretes the hormones directly in the blood, and this secreted hormones along with the blood reaches to the target place. The main endocrine glands are pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, testes and ovary. First we will see the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland controls the growth and production of the hormones by testes and ovary. Pituitary gland is also known as the master gland because it controls the secretions of the other gland. For example, thyroid and adrenal secretes its hormones when they receive order from the pituitary through the hormones. So, pituitary gland is also known as the master gland. Pituitary gland also secretes the growth hormones, which is very normal, which is very important, which is very necessary for the normal growth of a person. Now we will see the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland produces the hormone thyroxine. So, this thyroxine is, if the thyroxine is, if the deficiency of the thyroxine, then the person will suffer from the goiter. We need to take iodine to avoid this problem. For secretion of the thyroxine, iodine is important. Now we will see adrenal gland. See, it produces the adrenaline. It helps the body to adjust the stress when we are very angry or when we are very worried. Adrenaline also produces the hormones, the hormones which helps to body to adjust the stress, as well as it secretes the hormones which maintain the correct salt balance in the blood. Now we will see the pancreas. So pancreas produces the insulin. Insulin is controlling the sugar level in the blood. The sugar level in the blood, if it is more, then also the person will suffer from the high sugar, and if it is low, then also it is means he is suffered from this diabetes. Okay, so the amount of means the percentage of sugar should be controlled. So this deficiency of insulin causes the diabetes. Now we will see the testes. So testis produces the testosterone, which control the production of the sperms as well as the secondary sexual characters in males. Ovary produces estrogen, which controls the production of eggs and secondary sexual organs in the female. Now just we will see what is the role of the hormone in completing the life history of insects as well as the frogs. So you have already seen that the life history of the silk moth and the frog. The caterpillar has to pass through the various stages to become an adult moth. So we have seen in 7th standard the different stages of the life history of the silk moth. So similarly, the tadpole also passes through the certain stages to become a frog. The change from larva to adult is called as a metamorphosis. Metamorphosis in insect is controlled by the insect hormone. In a frog, it is controlled by thyroxine, the hormone produced by thyroid. Thyroxine production requires the presence of iodine in water. If the water in which the tadpoles are growing does not contain sufficient iodine, the tadpoles cannot become adults. So that is the reason why it is told that enough iodine should be taken in our diet. Now, just we will see the reproductive health. To keep body healthy, everyone should have balanced diet, personal hygiene as well as physical exercise. The physical and mental well-being of an individual is regarded as an individual's health. To keep the body healthy, every human being at any age need to have a balanced diet. The person must also observe the personal hygiene as well as undertake the adequate physical exercise. So one by one we will just discuss once again. Balanced diet is a diet which contains the nutrients in the right amount or right proportion. Balanced diet should contain the cereals, vegetables, fruit, pulses, milk, nuts, meat, eggs, sugar and jaggery. Adolescence is a stage of the rapid growth and development. Hence, the diet for an adolescent has to be carefully planned. You have already learned that balanced diet is very important, and balanced diet that the meal include the proteins. It is not like that. Balanced diet means only proteins. We need to include the proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates, fats, etc. It should be in a requisite proportion. Okay, and what we can say, the balanced diet is changing person to person. Milk is a balanced food in itself. Fruits are also provides nourishment. For infants, only mother's milks provide all the nourishment that they need. Iron builds the blood, and the iron-rich food such as leafy vegetables, jaggery, meat, then citrus or the amla are the good for adolescents. So you can just check out your lunch, your dinner is balanced or not. Now see chips or the packed foods or the teenage snacks, although they are very tasty but should not replace our regular meal as they do not have the adequate nutritional value. Now we will see the personal hygiene. See, personal hygiene everyone need to take. Everyone should have a bath at least once every day. If cleanliness of the body is not done, there can be bacterial infection and diseases. So, as you are aware, means cleanliness is very important. See, everyone should have to bath at least once every day. It is more necessary for the teenagers because the increased activity of the sweat glands sometimes makes the body smelly. All the parts of the body should be washed and cleaned every day. And yes, if the cleanliness is not maintained, there will be the chances of catching bacterial infection. In the menstruation period, girls also need to take more care of their cleanliness. Now we will see the physical exercise. So walking, playing outdoor games and exercise keeps the body healthy. So all young boys and girls should take walk, exercise and play outdoor games. Now the last, yes, we need to say no to the drugs. So adolescent is a period of the much and more activities are going on in our body and in our mind also, which is actually normal of this normal part of this growing up. But sometime these adolescents feel insecure, feel confused. But keep in mind, drugs are addictive. If you take once, you feel like taking it again and again. And yes, it ruins health and happiness. AIDS is a dangerous disease caused by the virus. It's spread from an infected person to a healthy person by sexual contact, sharing syringe used for injecting drugs. It is also transferred from the mother to a child through her milk. So, this virus can pass to the normal person from an infected person. So, my dear friends, we need to say no for any kind of drugs or alcohol. See, so many myths are there. Just we will discuss these things, that what myths are there or what do's and don'ts are there. So in this chapter we learn that the scientific facts which related with the human reproduction. So there are many wrong notations which you should not be able to discard as informed adolescents.